Breaking, Luther Campbell, aka Uncle Luke, seemingly responds to video VIXEN on grooming? Now let's get to it. Hey everyone, welcome to the mix. Like, share, subscribe. Per usual, those who are digitally passing by, go ahead and smash that subscription button and hit the notification bell. That's way you will be in tune with all the content I drop on my channel. What I need for you all to do, yes, is listen to this video from beginning to end. It's free to listen, it's free to like, it's free to share, it's free to subscribe. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys, those domestically and internationally. I have polls going on in the community section all the time, so head on over there and vote. Let's keep it peaceful and respectful when you're commenting. Thank you guys again. If you're interested in donating, hit that super thanks. Also, additional donation information is in the description section via Zelle, Cash App. Appreciate you guys. All donations go towards content enhancement creation. Now let me jump right into the topic.
Learn what the grooming mean. I don't even know what the grooming mean. Grooming. It's grooming. They had to explain that to me. Y'all got the right one. I don't have no problem going to court. I'm the nigga who went to the Supreme Court. I sue you ass before you sue. I'm so good, I'm a lawyer. I got a whole bunch of lawyers just be sitting around doing nothing. I'm the guy who invented it. I coach up guys every day. I'm not Russell Simmons. I'm not them other people. I don't do that. I know my brand. My brand is Luke, hey, we want some pussy. Face that up, that's what like. Me so horny. The problem is when you know your brand and you know what you're singing about, you subject yourself to be in that kind of trap faster. So what you have to do is really not be about what those songs is talking about, because you can get yourself jammed up. I video everything. Everybody sign releases. I do shows. Ain't no underage people be doing no show with me. I fire girls. You get caught, I have chaperone for the girls, a one head dancer. It's always one head dancer. And she put everybody in check. So this is not a traveling whorehouse. So you gonna mess around with these other artists, you're gonna get sent home, sweetheart.
Okay, everyone, as you heard it in that clip, Uncle Luke, Luther Campbell, government name, Uncle Luke, everyone knows him. He's older than I am, but hey, he's pretty much a rap mogul, a pioneer when it comes to Florida style rap from back in the days, the raunchy, ratchet type of rap. Google him. Is his content, his brand, as he stated before, is he knows his brand is adult entertainment, and he has time today. Yes, as you can see what this video is going to be about, Gloria Velez and Uncle Luke. Amid the different types of SA civil suits that is going on in the entertainment industry, from music to film, Gloria Velez, you all know her. She is a former video vixen. It's being alleged that she was introduced to the industry when she was about 15, 16. She was in the Big Pimpin' video. I'm not sure how old she was in Jay-Z's video, Big Pimpin', but her and we're not that far off in age-wise, so I can't say how she came on the scene as to probably hanging around these different celebrities back then when she was in her teenage years, but it's not far-fetched because, like I said before in a previous video, a lot of different people back then, because I'm from that era, it was just like a community of just urban melanated people hanging out, even if you're doing this music. We can also say Master P. We can also say, and I'm not saying in as a situation, but I'm just trying to paint a picture, you guys. So back then, you have like the Master P's, you have Luke, who else? You have Bad Boy Entertainment, you had Pac, you had NWA, you had all of these different types of, you had Scarface, now all of these different types of Simmons. They were all in their like 30s, and pretty much I didn't know they were in their 30s, honestly, even when I was in that era. But what I'm trying to state is, back then, when they would come to different areas, or whether it be at the House of Blues, this and that, everybody used to, patronize, not everyone, but those who were into hip-hop music and all of that, because music is soul. It gives you an outlet. Whatever it does for you in whatever capacity, it probably will touch your heart. So back then, I mean, you can go hang out. Probably you may see R. Kelly on Madison Street. You might see him downtown. R. Kelly too. You may see DMX or Tongue Twister or even the Brat. That's just, you may see them on an airplane. They were not flying private jets and stuff back then. You may run into entertainers in the hood after they performed, or at certain restaurants after they performed. It was just common, or if they do perform, they common people, everyday black people, melanated or non-melanated, would be hanging out backstage or hanging out at a certain club or going to a certain after party. Did I participate in that? No, absolutely not. But again, I'm just trying to paint this picture for you guys. So not far-fetched that Gloria Velez was, I guess, I don't know how she met Luke, how she was thrust into, I'm not gonna say thrust into, or how she navigated in that space. Because like I stated, I mean, if I wanted to back then to be, I guess, exposed to that, I would have put myself in those spaces and places to be exposed to that. Because I know a few people from back then, they done hung out at the studio with R. Kelly. Uncle Luke has time today. He basically, as you heard, he basically stated that, hey, I got lawyers waiting to take something to court. Because if you guys do not know, you can go ahead and Google this. Luke did take one of his cases all the way up to the Supreme Court under the First Amendment right, and he did win. That case was the case I'm reading from Google. The case went all the way to the Supreme Court, which ruled unanimously in favor of 2 Live Crew in 1994. He made law in terms of the First Amendment and obscenity, and he made law in terms of copyright law. So it was Campbell versus Acoof Rose Music Inc. So Google that, and I'm quite sure the case is out there, the full case, the full brief. Supreme Court justices' opinions. So that would give you an idea of what Luke is actually talking about. But basically, he's responding to my understanding, what Gloria posted on her G story. Let me go ahead and head on over there, because she did post something. So in the beginning, that clip, Luke is responding. Basically, like I said, he said, hey, I got time today. Don't get a defamation lawsuit. But before I share Gloria Velez the comment she made on her IG story, it's interesting because Luther Campbell, Uncle Luke, he basically stated something about what is grooming. Okay, Luke, let's go ahead and you know what? He may not know what grooming is, and to my understanding, I didn't hear that term being thrown around until within the past 10 years. So when we were in the 90s, I'm from that era, we never heard of grooming. So. And Uncle Luke is older than me. So let me go ahead and share what Google is stating about grooming. Okay, as you can see, according to Google, grooming is when someone builds a relationship, trust, and emotional connection with a child or young person so they can manipulate, exploit, and abuse them. Children and young people who are groomed can be exploited or trafficked. Anybody can be a groomer, no matter their age, gender, or race. So Uncle Luke, it was a simple Google search. So that's what grooming means according to Google. And as I stated before, I haven't heard of this term grooming in this sense, unless I've been living under a rock. My first time hearing about it was within these past 10 years. When in my era, we didn't hear about that term, and then we didn't have social media in my era in the 90s. So, but yeah. Okay, you guys, this is my IG account. I follow Gloria Velez. And let me just state this before I share what she posted on her IG story, which prompts that response from Uncle Luke. Gloria Velez is Aaron Hall's baby mama. I think she used to be married to Aaron Hall. It is being, I'm not gonna say alleged because she said it out her mouth. I think she was with Aaron Hall while she was underage, either 16 or 17. I'm not quite sure which number that was, but Aaron Hall was in his 30s. So there is a clip floating around of Aaron Hall basically speaking on Gloria, how he met her, and just caution, if you Google that, it's Vlad TV. He did an interview about 9 years ago, but now that's resurfaced, and his experience with Gloria Velez is, wow, it's quite just nasty. And Aaron Hall, to my understanding, they call him Nasty Man back then. So I don't know, but he's basically saying he didn't know Gloria was young because she was with or hanging out with Uncle Luke. So, and there's also another video that Uncle Luke did years ago, basically stating on, I think, Vlad TV, stating that he introduced Aaron Hall to Gloria. And Aaron Hall is like, no, he didn't introduce nothing. You just catch the video of Aaron Hall on Vlad TV. I can't play it here due to copyright, but okay, so now we got that out the way. You all know who Gloria is. Again, former video vixen, also Aaron Hall's, I think, ex-wife. Or this is what Gloria posted on her IG story, which prompted Uncle Luke's response. Okay. She posted this: if you don't think grooming is happening in this business, you're sadly mistaken. It started in 1994 with Luke and a few others in this business. I was in high school. Woo! This is what Gloria Velez posted on her IG stories some days ago. To my understanding, Luke caught wind of this, Uncle Luke, and he responded. The industry as a whole been grooming babies, literally. Just look up Shirley Temple's story. Again, this is Gloria Velez, Aaron Hall, who she's 44 to my understanding now. So basically she said she was in high school when she met all of these guys, and yeah, and they were in their 30s or maybe 40s. Okay, you guys, so what are your thoughts? Seemingly heating up, and a lot of people are being exposed, quote unquote, allegedly, for, I guess, their alleged wrongdoings, and those who were underage at the time is basically calling these people to the forefront. I said before, when you're 15, 16, and I was in that space, I thought I was, I'm gonna do what I want to do, or I'm 17, or I'm gonna go here and there. You're smelling yourself, you think you grown. Let's just keep it real and transparent. I don't know where Gloria's parents were. I don't even know if they knew she was hanging out. I don't even know if her parents are living today. But stuff like this makes you, as far as accountability on the parents' part, I don't know, because I will say this much: when I was young, and when your parents are working 1 or 2 jobs and trying to make ends meet, and you're pretty much a latchkey teenager, that means you're kind of watching yourselves, because your parents are always at work morning and night. So depending on, the type of environment you grew up in. But far as parents being held accountable and responsible, that was a different era back then. I knew a lot of parents who I would have buddies or friends, and we'll go over their house. The parents are always at work. Or in some instances, the parents were on drugs. There was alcohol problems. The father probably wasn't in the household. So when you say, where were the parents? You guys have to think about the 90s era, early 2000s era. There was a lot of things going on in the Black community. And a lot of people kids and teenagers back then were pretty much watching themselves and was just happy to have a roof over their head, clothes on their back, some food. Oh yeah, back then it was just the Black community, or even the Latina community. It wasn't like it was a Huxtable television family, what you see on TV, or the idea how a family's supposed to be. There was a lot of struggles, mainly due to mass incarceration, mainly due to drugs flooding the communities, and people just trying to make ends meet and keep a roof over their heads for their kids. So they didn't have, teenagers were pretty much watching themselves. You go over your friend's house, sometimes kids be spending the night over each other's house, everybody sleeping in the middle of the floor, somebody done cook tacos and this and that. So this goes back to me saying, when it comes to, because some people are like, well, where were the parents? And then back then you had a lot of runaways, some females, some males. I mean, maybe they were running away from situations at home. Unhealthy or toxic situations, you just never know. Or maybe they felt that they could do better than what their parents were offering, so who were the parents going to go to? Okay, law enforcement, they didn't really care about Latino and melanated people back then. They barely do now as well. So, as you can see, of I guess those who were in that type of space back then, the former video vixens or just females in general hanging out with these guys, whether they were in college or not, it just seems like it's becoming common for them to speak out about it, especially since this law is in place. And another video on the SA law, the statute of limitations, because every state, to my understanding, is different. But as you all know, the New York ASA temporary law that extended the statute of limitations, that was actually expired on the 24th, day after Thanksgiving. But there's a California look back law, and I stand correct. I think I said with that particular law, I thought it expired this year, 2023. It doesn't. It expires in 2026 in California. And look back law is, to my understanding, gives those who are implemented that this year, those who are adults, I believe. I don't know if they were maybe minors or both, because that extends to the Michael Jackson situation, where alleged victims basically is suing Michael Jackson's estate again, and they had lost a couple times before. But I just don't understand it, because Michael Jackson is deceased. It's like, how can he? I don't agree with that. I just don't. Someone who's deceased can't defend themselves in court. So yeah, so I'll do a whole note about that, because that particular extension of that law expires in 2026. So, and that's in California. It's called the look back window or something like that, meaning that if you were involved in an alleged, I guess, unauthorized situation, you can bring a civil suit against the alleged perpetrator. So again, I'm not rocking with that, because to my understanding, when it comes to the Michael Jackson situation, that's what I'm speaking of when I say I'm not rocking with that. Michael Jackson is not here to defend himself. Basically, and like I said, I'm going to go ahead and drop that video link in the description section of this post, because oh my gosh, it's just, to me, that's ridiculous. So pay attention, you guys, to the lawmakers. Pay attention to who are funding or who are spearheading these different type of laws, even if they are permanently put in place. With all due respect, when it comes to legit victims of this, those who are who have been involved in situations in the past or maybe decades ago, respect to them as well, because I've never been in that space. However, I can only imagine the courage it takes to come forth in that respect. You can't put a time frame on people coming forth with whatever traumatic situation they've experienced. So, and I say that respectfully. However, at the same time, like rapper Slim Thug was saying, certain alleged victims could be possibly questionable, and to determine what's really legit or not, I have no idea. Hopefully, maybe, possibly one day, there is something set in place to really vet those who said they've been allegedly SA. Too, when it comes to SA, that's even in a capacity if someone is intoxicated, means that you didn't give consent. That when you're intoxicated, you can't give consent, to my understanding, from a legal perspective. So to my understanding, most of these situations are because of the alleged victims citing that they were giving some type of, I guess, something was dropped in their drink, or they were giving some type of narcotics, allegedly was just given heavy alcohol, which alters someone's decision making. Let's just keep it real, it does. So, but yeah, if that is the case as well, to me, and if they were pressured, then no, I'm not rocking with that. And I think I spoke about that too. So, but yeah. So yeah, Gloria Velez, do you all think that she is going to be the next person to file some type of lawsuit? Possibly her ex-baby daddy, Aaron Hall, or possibly Uncle Luke, since Gloria did cite that she met Aaron Hall through Uncle Luke. And there are plenty of videos of Gloria Velez. She was in so many different videos, like I said, the Big Pimpin' video and all of that. And so sheesh, and that Big Pimpin' video was Jay-Z's music. But let me know your thoughts, you guys, on this subject matter, on this topic. What do you think about Uncle Luke's response? Do you believe Gloria Velez will be the next up to file a civil suit against who? I have no idea. We do know that Aaron Hall has been looped into a lawsuit by someone else. he and P. Diddy. So lawsuits are continuing to funnel in for SA cases like this. And wow, we shall see. Like, share, subscribe to the Mix, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.